All right, what's up, guys? Welcome back. Here we're finishing the day, Tuesday, August 16th. Finishing the day very about break even. Small reds, about down $6 today. Just really couldn't get much going. I was red, and I never really got to green. End of day, started to make back the loss that I was down about 140 midday, and then just kind of started to make some of that back as the day went on, but nothing really that I could kind of size into. I did take a couple big positions, relatively speaking, today, but none of them really worked out in my favor, and yeah, I just couldn't really get the ball rolling on anything. So I'll go through the trades on FRZA. FRZA, I didn't catch this pre-market pop here at 7. Started trading it after it hit $10. Logged in around 7:15. Started trading this, and I was anticipating a breakthrough 10, but just stayed in a consolidation and kind of got chopped up a bit, and was actually down maybe about 40 or $50 trying to trade this range, trying to get off the lows, trying to catch a curl back to the highs. But that volume just never came back in since that first run up. So kind of just left it alone. Did take another attempt here, up here for the break of this top here, looking for a retest of 10, but didn't hold up. Cut that one for a small loss there. And then at the open, was anticipating a breakthrough the VWAP there. And I was kind of buying the dips here, selling the tops, but I was still looking for that bigger move, but never really held up. VWAP kind of flushed down, and then did started to make a red to green later on, which I didn't start trading until this area here. Got in at 938, taking some profits at 42, but my idea was still to hold this for that break at 10, so I was still holding that 50 shares. Then I added to that position at 980 and 991 and 998 all the way up for the break at 10. Got the break at 10 and took my profits. Only about $3,500 position size, so not the biggest, but still a decent size for me. So that was a nice profit there in FRZA, and I actually only down $22 on that stock. But then I did go for the dip back to the 9 EMA, looking for a nice pop, and never really got any sort of continuation in this area. So ended up about still not really able to size up to the level I wanted to. You could see I did size up after I got that move through 10. I did start trading with 250 share increments rather than 100 share increments, and I was looking to kind of take those profits and then roll them into a bigger trade for that breakthrough 10-6, maybe up to 11 and 12. This would be a big winner, but did not hold up very well. And yeah, that's another example of why of how I really could not get anything going today. Then we traded GIGM. Traded a lot of stocks today, a lot of stocks. It's been the new theme, a lot of stocks popping up during the day. Here, GIGM looking for a break and hold, but the volume was still light, but I did go ahead and go for it for 100 shares, but nothing happened there. Down $10 on that one. TGL did pop up, but I think I traded this maybe once here. Yeah, in this area. Looking for a bounce off 9 EMA, but just took a little bit too long and didn't really hold up. I'm glad I kind of cut that. Yeah, TGL didn't get much. We had MEGL. This one here, I was trying to catch a reversal off the low here, and then a bounce hold off the 9 EMA, and then a run up to 23. I thought that could be the potential. We did see volume start coming in. We topped out at 22, so I thought we'd just bounce off the 9 EMA and run up to $22, but didn't hold up, and I cut that one for a small loss. and we went to BBBY was the big one today. BBBY, nice move here, but didn't really trade it. Didn't trade BBBY, although it was the biggest winner today. Did trade early in the move, nice dip and rip, and got a little bit of FOMO, kind of trading, scalping the dips. But the dips on BBBY are pretty rough. They come down pretty hard. So this one was a nice huge dip there, then crawled back up to the highs. And then I started getting in again for, nothing really, 41 all the way up here, and then I cut it down here, and then it finally went. So pretty much doing the opposite of what BBBY was doing. This again here, got a little bit of FOMO here up at the break of 20, and then you had that consolidation period, and then a run back up. But BBBY just bigger float stock, harder to read. But I know a lot of people did kill it on this one. I just kind of stayed away from it because these dips, you never really know how deep they're going to go, and it's harder to manage my risk on it. And you got to be a little bit more patient on BBBY. Here you got a nice front side, beautiful, but you did have to hold for a nice 15 minutes or so. Kind of just like grindy price action. So that was BBBY. GBOX was another one, and again, I just it did give opportunity, but it seemed very shaky. And a lot of these moves, I just never felt very convinced. I was just taking that as a sign, my gut feeling of just to kind of hang tight, not take too much size or too much risk, and wait for when I'm feeling that the market is giving me what I like, and then that's when I couldn't push it. But my accuracy today was 59%, 56%, something like that. Let me pull it up here. But yeah, my accuracy was 58%, so lacking for sure. And so that definitely contributed to this, like me sensing that the market just wasn't really giving me what I liked, but did give opportunity. Nevertheless, it did. Definitely good opportunity to get green, but nothing really. I don't know. I guess I just wasn't. Either it was me, or it was the market, or my strategy. Either one of those three. So hopefully tomorrow I can get into the flow on something. But here, BG box actually got faked out here, down here at the lows at 71, and then had that rip, chased it back here at 85 for the breakout, and took it off break even. So that was kind of disappointing that happened. But then we did have a breakout up towards $2, getting in on a dip and catching that breakthrough $2. Not too bad there. And that was it on G-Box. I did try trading it. Power hour, looking for that breakthrough highs. Here on the dip, went for a 1 minute dip, and I was looking for the break through the highs, but never really held up here. So I just took the rest of my profits, but still red on G-Box. On G-Box, I'm still red. And we had FUBO kind of riding up with sympathy from BBBY. On this one, I did scalp the dips on this one, but very, very bad risk reward. I was lucky to be small green on this, but I was just kind of scalping the dips here. 29, 39, $7, 703, taking the rest off for a loss. And then, yeah, that was it. On FUBO, I thought we would bounce off of this ascending support line, maybe catch 5% or 5% bounce or so, but it kind of didn't really hold up. Then the last one here is oh no, we had two more. BBIG. I thought this thing would give some good moves. Apparently this thing was halted for 2 weeks on the NASDAQ, so kind of popping up on a resumption after a 2-week halt, which is like the first time I've ever seen something like that. But yeah, ripped from 75 cents up to 140, halted up many times, then halted down, and then reclaimed the VWAP in the 90 EMA, got in at 124 and adding for the highs, but didn't hold up. And I did take my profits and then getting back in for the break of 40, but again, taking my rest of my profits on the failed breakout. And then the last one here, at this point I was still down about 50 bucks. Traded EAR though, looking for a move. This was the only one that was really moving after 3 o'clock. And there's a huge seller at 180. And I wish I would have recorded this, but because I could have showed you the breakthrough 180, nice bull flag. But there's a huge block of orders, 30,000 shares at 1.8, and kind of anticipating that breakthrough 1.8. And getting in my first position at 78, adding at 79.99, and then getting in, taking my profits and then getting back in at 184 as it held, and then kind of just scalping the front side here. And then we had another huge run up all the way up to $2, and here I am again scalping that front side and getting that first dip here at 196, a little bit high. I could have got down here maybe 193, 194, and then taking my profit for a nice 1 or 2 cent gain there. And then here I could have held that a little bit longer, could have got maybe 8 cents or so, but still kind of extended off the 90 EMA, so it could have still flushed another 5 or 6 cents. So that's why I still kind of, I didn't really press the pedal to the metal on EAR, but I did give a decent percent move from the 80 level, so about 20%. Then it did catch a dip off the lows here, and see, only 1 cent there, only 1 cent, so 95 to 96. And then here getting in at 11, looking for the breakthrough 217, didn't hold up, and taking that loss there. And that was it for EAR. EAR is actually the biggest winner of the day, $45. Got me back to green. I was green at one point, and then I was green like $11, and then I had like that $15 loss here at the end. So I finished down $6. So small red day, kind of like a scratch day. And that's okay with me. So definitely better days ahead, and tomorrow could get some better action, something that I can get dialed in on. Just today, I just wasn't at the right place at the right time with the right energy, and never really could like get anything moving. There was opportunity in BBBY. Yeah, I do have a little FOMO on BBBY. Could have traded that better, at least getting in for this front side, but I did leave around 10:45 or so to hit the gym, and kind of called it, and then my goal was to come back later in the day, so I did miss from 19 to 28, but still there was some opportunity on it. Is sort of a meme stock. Wall Street Bets is kind of pumping this, so we might see some more action on it. It might, who knows how high this thing can go. Probably maybe can go to 35, which would be the all-time highs. No, not all-time highs. 50. I'm not sure if this is still the stock, but maybe it can go to 30, 40, 50. Who knows? It is a meme stock, has a lot of volume on it. Depends how deep the short sellers are in. And if the short sellers are in deep, then this thing could keep squeezing. We've seen stocks go much bigger percents than this. This is only up, it only ripped from about 70%. We've seen stocks go up 200, 300, HKD 1000s of percent. So this is not gonna pull an HKD, just because I just think there's a lot of resistance on it, a lot of sellers, but it's not as thinly traded as HKD. But it's still, who knows, this thing could still fly maybe to 30, 40, or 50. So we'll see. Might be in play tomorrow. But ideally, I want to wait for a low float stock with nice fresh news, preferably something that we haven't traded before recently. Yeah, fresh catalyst, low float with high relative volume. And I want to catch the first leg. I want to catch the first or the second leg on it, and then make my couple $100 on the day, and then be sitting comfy. So that's sort of the goal tomorrow and for the rest of the week. Right now, I'm still green on the week, still green on the month. So everything's looking good. Just got to stay disciplined and not force it. If I'm not feeling it, that's okay. Today maybe I wasn't feeling it. I didn't feel like I should be pressing the pedal too hard today. So kind of was okay with that. Had to be okay with that because if I force it in the past, there's a lot of times that I would force the share size, even though I could feel in my gut that I was not performing, or I was just not in the zone, or the stock that I was trading couldn't read it correctly. And it was times that I passed that I would force the share size because I wanted to have a nice green day, or I felt like I should be more green on the day. And those are the days that can be very, very difficult because before you know it, you size up, still not reading the charts correctly, take a couple losses, and then you're down near max loss. You're like, how the heck did that happen? So I learned my lesson with listening to my gut, and I know when I'm in tune with the stock. I feel really, really good. I feel in the zone, and my accuracy is quite good with the stock that I'm really in the zone on. It's up to 65, 70, 80% sometimes. And that's when I know, like, it's sort of like a confirmation bias. One trade builds your confidence to take that next trade, and then you take that next trade and you have a couple winners back to back to back, and it's like that confirmation bias that now you're starting to get in the flow and you're having some winning trades. And now you're like, yeah, I could do this. I could size up more. I can push it even harder. And on those days that you have high accuracy and their stock's moving, those are the days, if you can push it, then you can have those huge, huge green days. So I'm just waiting for one of those days to come back around, and I'm gonna know when it's here. I'm definitely gonna feel it in my gut that I'm in the zone and I can read it. I can read the stock. Feels like I know exactly where it's gonna go, and that's when it's time for me to size the heck in. And so that's my game plan. But for right now, I'm going to stick with where I'm at. I'm going to stick with until I start feeling it. So, tomorrow could be a different story. We'll see what is on the plate for tomorrow. Looking forward to it. If you guys are green, good job today. BBBY definitely gave some good opportunity for those of you who are patient. So good job. If you guys are still watching, please hit the thumbs up button. Also consider subscribing if you're not yet a subscriber, and I'll see you guys tomorrow for the next day trading recap. All right, peace.